Hello parents, my name is Miss Werner and I am excited to talk to you today about your kid's brain and what might be going on in there when they're having a hard time and how that can help us help them.
And I am Tremonde Beck, and I'm going to give you some de-escalation tools to help support what Miss Werner just mentioned.
We're excited for our learning today. All right parents, let's talk about what is happening in your child's brain when they're upset for whatever reason. The first thing to keep in mind is that your child's brain is still developing. It's still growing and it's different every day. And so if something worked last time, it might not work this time because they're a different kid. They have a different brain today. So we have a really cool way to talk to kids about what's happening in their brain when they're upset. And I think it's just as important as adults to think of it this way too. I know it really helped me understand. So there are 3 parts of the brain that are involved when your kid is escalated or upset or your kid is re-experiencing some sort of trauma. And we call them the meerkat, the tiger, and the owl. Your meerkat is your lookout. So he's always looking to make sure that he's safe, that you're safe. So if your meerkat feels like the situation is unsafe or you're getting upset because you didn't get what you want or any of that, they're gonna start alerting the rest of your brain, hey, I don't know about this. This isn't great. And then when your meerkat says, whoa, then your tiger's like, oh, I really gotta think about this. And your tiger is your protector. And so your meerkat tells your tiger, I think you might need to come out and help me out here. So your tiger comes out, and your owl, who's sitting on top of the tiger and the meerkat, your owl is your thinking part. That's the part that helps kids be reasonable. It helps kids talk to you. That owl has flown away as soon as that tiger comes out to play. And the tiger is the part that is protecting and maybe yelling at you, maybe crying, maybe throwing a tantrum on the ground. That's all the tiger trying to protect itself. So what does this mean? The most important thing to remember is that when your tiger or your child's tiger is out, the owl, the thinking has gone away. And without the owl, we can't have a conversation about what has happened and how we're gonna do it better and any feelings that were hurt. We have to make sure we do what's called de-escalation. And you can do that a couple of ways. Mr. Tremonde is gonna talk about some things you can do, but there's also a concept called co-regulation. So if you yourself are not escalated, are not upset, try just sitting with your kid and breathing slowly. That is co-regulation. We're trying to regulate how the body is feeling. And the best way to bring the owl back is to give time and space from the situation. So your body can calm down and your kid's body can calm down. Remembering conversation cannot happen while someone is escalating, including yourself. So for the last thing I say, I just want to talk about how do you know that your kid is escalated or upset? You probably know your kid pretty well, but some typical symptoms or signs that someone can't be having a conversation is they might turn red, they might be breathing faster because that brain stem that's connected to the meerkat and the owl and the tiger runs right through the middle of our bodies and right on our chest. So if we're breathing hard, we might be upset. A lot of kids tighten up and their shoulders come up and their fists clench, or they might be runners or fleers, right? They might have gone away and trying to find a space that isn't near you. Those are all signs that that person, that child is not ready to have a conversation. And make sure you look at yourself too. Am I ready? Is my heart rate up? Is my blood pressure up? Can I have a great conversation with my child? If you do that, if you make sure that both your body and your kids' bodies are ready to have a conversation, you're going to be so much more successful in finding solutions to your problems with your children.
Something that you can do to have these conversations is simply lay down on the floor. Laying down, it helps releases some chemicals that are tied to stress in our bodies, and it makes it much easier to have some of those difficult conversations. So grab a pillow, lay down with your student, and have this conversation. Fidgets. Fidgets are a good tool to have because they can help someone regulate their body, and it can help keep their bodies occupied when having a difficult conversation. There are many different types of fidgets that you can order for yourself and or your child. There are stress balls, there are these poppers that helps regulate the body, keeps the body engaged, occupied when you are having some of those difficult conversations. If your child uses a fidget, just know they're not being disrespectful. They're just keeping their body engaged where they can remain engaged in that conversation with you. As a family, you all can watch movies such as Inside Out and Wonder that speaks to how the body works. This will give your student and yourself a visual idea of how the body works. Another tool that you can use with your students is called Now and Next. Give your students some ideas of what they can do now and some options of what we can do next. So, we get our work done now, we might can play some Uno next. When you are needing to have a restorative conversation with your student, this can be between you and the student and the siblings or friends. Sometimes we even have those restorative conversations here at school with a teacher and a student. It is very important when you're going into those conversations that everyone knows that they will have an opportunity to share their story, and we will be respectful by listening to each other, not interrupting, and allowing each other to share thoughts and feelings. Questions that you can ask during that restorative conversation: what happened? Was our behavior honest, caring, respectful, or responsible? What were you thinking about at the time? What have you thought about since? Who has been affected by what you have done? In what way? What needs to happen to make things right?
Well, me and Mr. Beck hope that these tools and these educational concepts help you with your kids at home. And always remember that here at Lakeview, we are here for you, and we can answer any of your questions and give you more tools if you need them. We hope you have a great day.
Thank you so much.